Steady Blue. If you've been following this vlog for my past couple of videos, Steady Blue means what? It means clear skies. Boston's still looking very Christmassy. The kids don't want to work. That's what I want to talk about today. I was talking to this older gentleman, and we were discussing, current events, things that are going on around the world. And he kept going on and on about how the kids don't want to work. I tried to defend the youngsters, but he wasn't having it. The kids don't want to work. They don't want to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. Do the older people, do you guys live in the same country that we do? Younger people want to work. They don't want to be exploited. They don't want to go to work all day just to pay rent. They don't want their entire life to just be going to work and going back home. And the way that this country is being set up right now, that's exactly what's going on. A lot of these kids, they're going to work and then they go home. A lot of them live with their parents because the wages that are being paid are not enough to live in the cities in which they want you to work in. They live with their parents. They have to spend 20% of their money on transportation. 30% gets taken away in tax. That's 50% right there. Like, what are we doing as a country? What are we doing to our kids? Why are the older people in this country, why are you guys so hell-bent on ruining younger people's lives? Because let me tell you, it is ruining younger people's lives. And it seems like the only adults that get the kids are the ones that are also, trying to get by, paycheck to paycheck, month to month. Everyone else that's making good money, the people making the decisions, they're not affected by the decisions they make. They go home to their big old posh houses. They have their vacations in Europe. While the rest of us struggle just to take a vacation. The rest of us struggle just to go out on a date with our wives. 2025 has to be the year of change, because at this point we almost have no options but to demand change, because this is not sustainable, guys. We have to stop thinking that the kids don't want to work and start to realize that they just don't want to be exploited. They do not want to feel like slaves. They want to be able to have enough money to live a good, decent American life. And if we rob our kids of that, then what are we going to have left? Why are so many people in power okay with leaving our kids behind? Why are so many of the boomers, the baby boomers, okay with having the generations that come after them suffer and pay for their lives? They subsidize their lives thinking that future generations were just going to pay for it. And now future generations that are born into this debt, they don't want to hear that. They just got here, and you're already trying to bill them for stuff that they just got here, and you're already trying to bill them just because they got here later than you. That's unfair. We are not creating a fair and just society. So what are we gonna do? Look, I'm on my way to work. I work almost every single day. I have 2 jobs. I have a wife that is also working. And we're still, working paycheck to paycheck. So what's the end game here? They're not giving raises that match the economic growth. There's like 20 times more money in circulation nowadays than there was 20, 30 years ago. We don't have 20 times more money down here. Who has all the money? And why are they not circulating the money? It's called currency. Anything that has a current needs to continue circulating. If water stops circulating and it pulls up, it becomes stagnant and it stinks. And that's what's happening with money. All these entities have most of the money locked up in these tanks, whether virtual or not. They have all the money that exists in tanks where it's sitting, stagnating. And what's the end game? The rich people can't live everywhere. Y'all can't be everywhere at the same time. So why do y'all need, all the money to be sitting in a tank somewhere? Where's the progress? I was born in 1984, and it feels like from the 80s to the 90s, major progress. From the 90s to the 2000s, major progress. From the 2000s till now, things have pretty much stayed stagnant for most people. For most people. We cannot create a society that only caters to the wealthy. We cannot create a society. Well, we created it. And we did create it, all of us together. So we all need to come together again and rethink what society means. We need to rethink what we're leaving to our kids. I don't want to leave this world knowing that my kids are screwed. And I don't know why so many people are okay with living in a world where your kids are going to be slaves to a system. So we have to rethink this whole society.